You're watching Adorama TV.
Welcome to another episode of Adorama TV. Well, today we're going to be talking about this guy. This is the Profoto Acute B 600R. Now, this pack and head is made for on-location studio lighting. It's battery powered and it's a phenomenal solution. So let me talk to you first a little bit about the pack, then we'll talk about the head, and then we'll talk about all this other stuff that we have out here. Now, this pack is, first of all, it's a Profoto pack, so it's very well built. It's going to stand up to a lot of abuse. It's metal. There's not very much plastic on it, so you can kick it around, put it in bags, haul it all over the place, and it's going to stay in great shape for years and years to come. It has a 7-stop range of power. So at the lowest power setting, it's at 9 watt seconds, and at full power, it's at 600 watt seconds. And the battery that's built in, it's rated for 160 full power flashes. Now, I've used this guy for a few years, and honestly, I've never run out of power. So I think you actually, in reality, get more than 160 power full shots, but I haven't tested that. But based on experience, I've never run out of power on this pack, which is pretty amazing. It also has a pocket wizard built in, so you can use it with your pocket wizard plus 2, your mini or flex, if you have a Seiconic with a built-in pocket wizard, it's going to work. So you can use these to fire this wirelessly, or if you're metering, that's going to work just fine. And of course, it also has a sync port, so you can sync this with a normal sync cable, just like you could in the old days. So it's a very nice pack. So let me go over the controls here, because it's a very simple to use system. So basically it has this guy right here. This is your energy switch, and it goes from full power, half power to quarter power. And then you have this switch here that you can dial it in smaller increments, all the way to a -2 stops, all the way up to max. And so you would use this to get your power close and then dial it in from here. Now, the nice thing about this pack is that it's self-dumping. What that means is that you don't have to, after you make a power change, you don't have to push the test button so that it dumps the power out and recycles everything. So anytime you make a change, it's going to make that adjustment for you in the capacitors so that you don't have to push this test button a lot, and that equals longer battery life, which is really, really nice. Also, this has a nice feature that you have a built-in modeling light. So I can turn that on, and it can run this modeling light from the battery, or on the other side of this switch, there's a thing that says external. And if I had, there's an optional cord that I could plug in some external power. So if I have a power outlet close by, I can use that to power my modeling light. Okay, so that's the pack. It's really nice. It also has the sound feature, so I can turn on the chirp or turn it off. So when I do that, it'll beep at me, or I can turn that off so it doesn't beep at me. It also has a built-in slave that I can turn on and off. That's an optical slave, and then your normal power on and off. So that's the pack. Let me talk to you a little bit about the battery, though, that I have in here. This battery is a nice battery. It's lead-sealed battery. So because it's fully sealed, that means if you're traveling, you can put this on your carry-on luggage. In fact, that's how you should travel with this pack. You should always take this on your carry-on luggage so the TSA can inspect it. If you put a battery this size in your packed luggage, there's a good chance it's going to be confiscated. So this is great. You can take this out. Now, because it's so small, you can carry multiple batteries with you. So if you're doing a lot of high-power flashes and you need to be shooting all day, you're probably going to need a few of these guys. It's really simple just to pull one out and put another one in. It's got a little charging outlet right on the top, so when it's not inside the pack, you can actually charge this from an external charger. So this goes right in here. That's all you have to do to plug that in. Now, the nice thing about this battery is it's pretty much very, very forgiving with the way that you charge it. You don't have to charge it all the way up to full power and then drain it all the way to 0 every single cycle. In fact, you can just use it. When you're done using it, charge it up, and then use it again. You don't have to worry about the levels of the battery. This pack comes with this 1 amp charger, and so this takes about 5 or so hours to fully charge this battery. And how that works is you just put this on the charge outlet on top of the pack, plug this into an AC outlet, and just let it charge overnight. And normally what I do and what Profoto recommends is when the pack is not in use, you leave this charger plugged into the pack into an outlet, so it's giving a trickle charge to the battery itself. There's also a fast charger which charges everything in about 2.5 hours. Which is really nice. And I have a lot of friends that have this pack, and they say with that charger, they're actually able to plug this into an outlet in their studio and use this just like a normal studio pack. Now, I don't know if that's recommended or not, but I know a lot of people that do that. So if you're not shooting a lot of fashion or something where you have a lot of continuous bursts, you can just leave this plugged into the wall and use it like a normal studio pack. Again, that's not recommended, but I know a lot of people that do that. Okay, so let's talk about this Profoto head. When you buy this, you have to buy a head. It doesn't come with the head, but I recommend that you get this guy. This is built specifically for your Acute B pack, and it's an Acute B head. Now, this Acute B head has a few features that make it really, really nice to use with the battery pack. Now, the first thing is it has a built-in modeling light. And this modeling light, when I turn it on, it is powered by the battery, and it only takes about 65 watts of power. But it outputs about 90 watts of power. So it's a low energy in, a high energy out. And so again, that equals longer battery life. And again, like I mentioned before, you can always plug this into an external source of power to power that modeling light if you want to. Also, this head is not fan cooled, it's air cooled. So there's no fan in there draining power from your battery pack. So you're going to get a longer life using this than another head. It also comes with this very, very nice disc reflector. So this disc reflector is a lot smaller than a normal Profoto reflector. Now, the thing about this is this will allow you to throw this into your bag and take less space. But if you want to, you can certainly use a larger reflector. And because this is a Profoto head, that means it's fully compatible with any Profoto light modifier. So you can use this reflector, a zoom reflector, a magnum reflector, a soft light reflector, a beauty dish. It doesn't matter. Anything that's going to fit on a normal Profoto head is going to fit on this Acute B head as well. So if I wanted to, I could throw a normal reflector on there. I could grab my snoot, throw it on there. That's going to work just fine. This head also has a receptacle for an umbrella. So if you want to throw an umbrella on your head and shoot with umbrellas on location, a lot of people do that. That's built right in. So that will work for you perfectly. So this is the Acute B head. Now, the nice thing about this is a Profoto Acute pack. And that means that it is compatible with Profoto Acute lights and the entire system. So if I wanted to, I have a Profoto Acute D4 head here. And so I could easily power my ring flash right from my battery pack. So here it is. Here's my Acute D4 head. And you can see it fires just fine. So this guy is fully compatible with other Profoto Acute heads. Now, I don't recommend you use this with a head, a studio head, because they have a fan inside there and the modeling light is a lot higher power, and so that's not going to work correctly. So make sure you use the Acute B head or you'll just be using your battery up. But the ring flash, I use it all the time on location and it works just fine with this guy. Okay, so we have a phenomenal pack. We've got a power saving head that has an excellent light output. It's fully compatible with all the Profoto stuff. You can use a ring flash if you want. And again, because it's Profoto, if you don't own a ring flash or a different head or different modifiers, you can find those at rental departments across the country, across the world. So it's a system that will live with you for years and years and years and years. And I highly, highly recommend it. Again, it's the Profoto Acute B 600R. It's a perfect location solution for studio lighting. Well, we're out of time for this episode, but remember, if you have any questions about photography gear or photography-related questions, you can send those to me at AskMark@Adorama.com. And I'll see you next time.
This episode is brought to you by Adorama TV. Visit the Adorama Learning Center where you'll find photography tips and techniques, links to the gear used in this episode, and related videos. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. And the next time you're in New York City, visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.